Let's start with the basics. What is a thermoplastic splint? Any kind of splint, brace or orthosis that's made from a plastic that is designed to go soft when it's heated up. In this case, low enough temperature so that it can be applied directly to the patient, and they can be used to immobilize, to support, to protect, and to give pain relief. A wrist splint like this might be used to treat simple fractures of the radius or the ulna, sprains and strains and tendinitis in the wrist, maybe TFCC injuries as well. A thumb spiker like this might be used to treat strains and sprains and ligament injuries in the thumb, maybe arthritic pain at the base of the thumb, or maybe simple fractures. And a little barrel type finger splint like this might be used to treat trigger finger, or maybe used to treat dislocations, sprains or simple fractures near the middle joint of the finger. A great next question, how is a thermoplastic splint even made? Well, we start with a sheet of thermoplastic, and they come in a range of different colors. They come in a range of different thicknesses, perforated, non-perforated. Some of them are more flexible, some of them are more rigid. You can choose the plastic that suits the specific needs of your patient. Once you've chosen the right plastic, then it needs to be cut to shape, usually with scissors. Then it can be placed in warm water to be softened, and then finally molded to the right shape on the patient's hand. If you want more information about this, click this link here and you'll be able to see a video of me making a thermoplastic thumb spiker. Here's a great question. Why do I like thermoplastic splints so much? They are incredibly light, yet tough and durable. They are individually molded, so they tend to fit well, but they're also very adjustable. If they're uncomfortable, they can be remolded as much as necessary. They're completely waterproof, which makes them washable. It also means you can take them swimming, showering, you can even wash dishes with them on, And they're also very low profile, which means that there's more clothes you can get over the top of them, and they can even be taped onto the hand in some situations and for some sports to enable you to get back to sport faster and safer. Let's chat about what might go wrong with a thermoplastic splint. Anyone who's wearing a rigid plastic splint up against soft skin could possibly develop pressure areas. They are most likely to happen where there's a bony prominence, like here on the wrist, or where there's lots of movement, like here in the web space of the thumb, or anywhere that joints are moving outside of a splint. The usual first sign of pressure areas is discomfort, and then redness might develop. But please go back to the hand therapist that made the splint and ask for it to be adjusted before you start to get major problems. A second concern might be tingling or numbness developing in fingertips or thumb, and that would usually indicate that maybe the splint is pressing or irritating a nerve somewhere. And once again, the splint should be adjusted. And thirdly, when a splint is wet and not dried properly, or if it's getting sweaty inside, the skin might start to get soft and white. It's called maceration. And that just means you need to spend a little bit more time with the splint off to let the air get to the skin and let it dry out again. If you're having any trouble with your splint, make sure you go back to the hand therapist and ask them to check it for you. Some final words of warning. What not to do with a thermoplastic splint. This is an example of a splint that was taken off and left in a car on a sunny day, and within about 15 minutes, it had turned into a bit of a pancake. Intense heats melt splints, but it's not going to happen while you're wearing it. And this is a splint that a patient took off and left where their dog could get to it, and as you can see, it made a fantastic chew toy. Thanks for watching, hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you next time.